What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so I saw this, an article from basketballnetwork.com, and it involves an opinion of Shaquille O'Neal that a lot of people are either in agreement with, or if they're like me, they're kind of looking at Shaq a little sideways with this one, right? So anyway, a lot of times we'll go and, we all do this with different players. It's just all in good fun. We don't know exactly or for certain whether we're correct, but we like to play these what if this guy was in this era type crap, right? Now, Shaq didn't come here and say something completely ridiculous like what LeBron said about Giannis having 275 in the game in the 70s. But Shaq believes that today's game is suited for him, the way the game is played, that he would dominate in the way that we haven't seen since the likes of Wilt Chamberlain. So recently on the Pivot podcast, the four-time NBA champion said he would have been greater than he was during his prime. The 2000 MVP sees himself averaging the half-century mark over today's soft interior defense. Somebody asked me the other day, what would I average in this era? I would average 50. The reason why I would average 50 is because I wouldn't do what everyone else is doing. You shoot a three on me, Joker, you better make it because I'm going to run by you, stand in the middle of the lane, and watch your whole team go 3 seconds. Penny going to push that, and I'm going to dunk it. And he says, I know for a fact that I'll make 15 twos before you make 10 threes. I'm getting 30. And then now, when you foul somebody, it's a flagrant. So guys don't really want to foul you hard. That's another 10 points right there. Then I'm going to concentrate on that free throw. That's 45 points right there. Well, somewhere Shaq pushed himself up to 50. I'm going to say this. I get where Shaq is going with that. And when you look at the complete dearth of centers, like real centers out there, which is one of the reasons why I say that Jokic is dominating and putting up numbers that he's putting up, because that's why I found Gilbert Arenas' take so ridiculous about Bill Russell. You talked about Bill Russell didn't have any competition at center. You got to remember there was only, 8 to 14 teams when Bill Russell played at any given time. So if he's going up against 4 Hall of Fame centers, whether it's Chamberlain, whether later on it's Zelmo Beatty, before he went to the ABA, whether it's Willis Reed, whether it's Walt Bellamy, the last season he was in the league, Bill Russell, he was going up against Elvin Hayes, who was playing center at the time for the San Diego Rockets, whether it's Wes Unseld, that's 6 Hall of Famers in a league with 14 teams. So damn near half the league has a quality Hall of Fame level center. Can we say that for Joker? Do you really think that if the league had 15 Hall of Fame centers, that Joker would put up the numbers he's putting up? No. So I get what Shaq's talking about. If he's playing a league where there's really only one other great big man, right now, which is Joker, Joel Embiid is there when he's healthy. And, what other great centers are there? Domantas Sabonis is good. Brook Lopez is pushing 40. You know what I'm saying? You got the guy with the Clippers, the name will lose me for some reason, Zubac. But that's it. You know what I'm saying? You don't really have no real centers. So, yeah, I get what Shaq's talking about in theory. I don't think he's going to average 50 for his career. That's outrageous. He will Chamberlain to do that. For a season, 50, it would be gimmicky basketball. Literally, it would have to be a situation where the team sucked Um, players are fans are just coming to watch this guy score. They have to suck playing with him. Now I don't know about 50. I could see 40. I could see 40. I could see that. I think his efficiency would go down a little bit though. Instead of Shaq shooting, well, that's another thing too. Because of the way that the floor is spaced out now with the shooters, and because of the lack of the dearth of centers, and the lack of real talent at that position, a lot of undersized bigs, and guys who clearly can't even really defend very well in the post. Yeah, I could see Shaq. Back then, Shaq was shooting between 57 and 60% from the floor. In today's league, even with a lot of shots, I'm thinking he's shooting over 60% consistently. 60 to 65%. Just because he's taking so many shots, it's going to bring his percentage down, but he's still going to shoot better than he did when he was playing in the more defensive, less spaced out era. But the only caveat to this situation is, in my opinion, it's just my opinion. I'm glad that he said penny, because he could not dominate, I feel, or be as effective being the larger Shaq. The 350, 360-pound Shaq, I don't think could take the pace of today's game. That's one of the reasons why Shaq started becoming, along with age, more ineffective in today's game. That because he was slowing down. I do think that he would probably have to be more like the Shaq of the first 2 years of his career, 1992, 93, 93, 94. That Shaq when he was around 300, 305 pounds, when he can go up and down the floor, when he would sometimes even show you some ball handling ability, that would be pushed a little bit more. He would be a little bit better as far as working on those ball handling abilities, but he had them. He definitely displayed it at times in the fast break situation. Yeah, I think that Shaq would dominate in today's NBA. And he would be one of the few rim protecting, shot blocking centers in the league. We don't really have a lot of them right now. We have Wemby, AD, but he likes to play power forward. I think Shaq's numbers would be souped up a bit if he was playing today. Now, on the other end of the floor, defensively, Shaq was never known as a lockdown defender, but I think he'd still be good as long as he's that younger Shaq, who was a little bit more limber, moved a lot better, et cetera, et cetera. Like I said, I don't want to put no numbers out there, but I could see him having a season averaging 40. I could see that. I could see him doing that in today's NBA. I think he would have to take a lot more shots. I mean, because then Shaq was taking, 18 shots a game at his peak? But just to give you an idea about what I'm talking about, look at those finals with the Lakers when he was having series when averaging 35 and 17 or 38 and 20, and look at his quality of competition at the center position. Now imagine that spaced out over, pretty much the stretch of a season. So yeah, I could see him, if that was a goal of his, especially if there was no Kobe on the team and he was, I could see him averaging 40. But anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.